have jurisdictions in Australia or around the world. Some of you will have. We live in a world of jurisdictions, starting in Australia with a federal government, which is a corporate organisation. And then sitting under that organisation, we have a series of regulators, organisations like the ATO, organisations like APRA, that are causing doctors and people to have to do things that are unlawful. And we've all been contracted to do these unlawful things without even realising it. Stepping below our federal government, we have state governments. They're a jurisdiction. They are a corporation. And so on down the line to our local governments, who are corporations. And we're contracted with all of these corporations in one way or another. We're contracted through our driver's licences, through Medicare, through free schooling, the fact we've got a defence force, and the list goes on and on and on. And what many people don't realise is that when they've accepted these services that are provided by the government, the corporations, we've given away a whole series of rights. And that's things like being able to say, we want to choose what's done with our body. We want to choose our rights for medical decisions. And this is why the police pull you up and they give you a fine and you go to court and you've got about no way of winning it and you've got to pay that money. Because these corporations are all about making money. So, having heard everything these pollies have said today, and I think there's some really good potential new people in the government here for us who have got the right idea in mind, and I believe they've got their heart in the right place. But we need to see them actually get into power, and I really wonder whether they're going to. We've just seen South Australia majority win for the Labor Party. How did that happen? I'll tell you how I think it happened, and that's a thing called apathy. We're sitting here now with maybe 200 people here. Now I understand back late last year in December, you guys were getting 3,000-ish people at these rallies. And you're all, yeah, we're going to beat these people, we're going to beat them. And then they step back and they drop the mandates for a bit and they make it easier and people go, oh, it's going back to normal. This is really, really good. We can relax. We're getting our life back. How is everyone enjoying a holiday during the election period? Yeah? Because this is changing, isn't it? Harry said it. It's changing. We're all going back to mandates. No doubts at all. This Liberal Party wins, or if the Labor Party wins, or if they've got a majority in any way, mandates are coming. They're coming hard and fast, we believe. So what are we doing about it? Well, we're taking a different tack. And it's following some of the ideas of Tanya and Christy. It's about local community. We're working with the local community, and we're putting solutions together. On the back of the Fraser Coast rallies, and everyone that's here today from our group, including our cameraman, from Fraser Coast rallies, we've started a movement called the Living Circle Fraser Coast. And the Living Circle Fraser Coast is setting up a series of services for our community, and we're working with the community. And the first of those things we've done is a buyers group, and one of our potential politicians here mentioned buying groups and co-ops. That's exactly what we've done. And we're working with other communities. We've got a strong association with Warwick and surrounds, with the Southwest Co-op down there, and they're doing the same as us. And we've had a number of other communities talk to us about what we're doing because they're interested in what we're doing. And we're really keen to work with our Bundy brothers and sisters up here as well, because you're so close. And the fruit and veg that we're bringing in through our buyers group is actually coming from around here, Childers and Bundaberg. So if we can bring your produce down to give to our people, why can't you guys take your produce and give it to you people? Really easy to do. It just takes a couple of people with a commitment to get out there and make some relationships happen and set some stuff up and commit a little bit of time. I'm full-time employed. I'm a consultant engineer. I earn good money. I reckon I put in about 15, 20 hours a week with our community doing what we're doing, because I know what's coming and I don't want us to be caught without a way out of it. We just saw the floods come through the northern rivers and through Gympie and through Maryborough, and we saw the supermarkets empty in Fraser Coast. Now, people would laugh when I talk to them in meetings. They say, how is it up at Fraser Coast? Because they all think we're flooded up there. And I'd say, oh, it's great, I'm loving the island life, because everywhere around us is flooded, but we weren't. But we did have empty supermarket shelves. And the reason we had empty supermarket shelves is because everything from Bundaberg that comes to us through Woolworths has to go to Brisbane first, and they couldn't get through the wet water. And then if they could get it back, the extra petrol and diesel costs they're paying to get it there and back, when we're paying $2.20 a litre, is killing us. Yet we're bringing a guy down from Bundaberg with a little ute full of fruit and veg, we're putting it into boxes and we're giving it to people in the community. And the farmers are getting paid better, and we're getting better value, and we're getting fresh fruit and veg. And that's only step one. That's kind of like our little symbol of freedom that we're working on. So we're moving now to a full-fledged community centre where we can actually bring our people in, and they can participate in the pack, they can pick their produce up, and they can get actively involved in what we're doing. And within that space we've got rooms that we believe will form our first classrooms. And we've got rooms that we will believe will form our first health centre practice rooms. So this is the direction we're moving in, and it's what we believe communities need to do. We need to work together very closely as communities, because what happens if all of the things that David was talking about turn up? We lose our internet. We can't drive our cars. You know, I've heard stories about EMPs being let off in this part of the world, and none of us are going to be able to drive our cars anymore or use our phones. And so that, if that happens, worst case scenario, we'll be doing everything word of mouth. So you can only work in communities when that happens. So we're setting ourselves up, we're getting ready when this next wave of mandates come. 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, whenever it comes, we're there, we're ready, we're up and running, we're supplying our people with fruit and veg, we have spaces for people to come and congregate. And the other thing that we're doing in all of this is establishing private member associations to protect this. When I spoke about jurisdictions before, all of these governments are private members associations as well. The people who aren't part of the parties at the moment probably don't realise they're going to have to sign up to a private members association. Anyway, we're aware of that, and we understand what they use to protect themselves, and we're going to use similar things to protect us. So that's probably about it. That's what we're doing. If anyone in the Bundaberg area would like to participate in what we're doing, we're talking about, or planning to have a series of Zoom meetings with the local coordinators in this area, so that we can start sharing exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it, and hopefully help you set it up, even to the point that we potentially share resources to do that. And you know, we believe this is the way forward. It's not about fighting the government, it's about kicking them out and doing this stuff for ourselves. A very, very quick little example of what it could mean. If you had 500 people buying fruit and veg, spending $50 a week, every week, that works out to be about $25,000 worth of buying power. That's a lot of buying power. You can buy, you can do a lot with that. And if you can create that movement across multiple communities, which is what we would like to see, we could be talking hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of dollars a month worth of buying power. And we can kick Coles and Woolworths out. When they go broke, we take over their supermarkets, and we have our own supermarkets, and we drive everything locally. Anyway, that's where we're at. If you want to know more, come and talk to me.
All right, folks. I'm just looking at the agenda. Has Selena arrived yet?
5 more minutes, I think.
5 more minutes? Yeah. Dave, do you?
3:20.
Do you want to start these until Selena gets here? Do you want to start these governance of the future things? No? All right. Okay.
Have a musical
Okay.
break.
Yeah. No?
Harry, have music breaks.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well. Yeah. I don't know if the musicians are right to go. Are they? Well, look. Okay. Selena's the normal rally organiser, Dave and Selena. Okay. I was just asked to guest MC here today, so we're waiting for Selena to come back, and then we'll go on with the rest of the program, which was a number of questions. So maybe we'll have 5. Do you want? Are the musicians right for 5 minutes of music? No. 10 minutes of music. Okay. So bear with us for 10 minutes, folks. Sorry. Okay. If not, if Selena's not here in 10 minutes or so, we'll start the questions. Is that okay? And then you can ask whatever questions you want to ask of anybody, Vic, myself, the candidates, anything you like. You come up here and ask the questions, and they or we will try and answer them for you. Okay, thanks folks.